live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and marketeers, entrepreneurs and people who are still thinking of what's the next thing and what's going to get in this. So let me tell you, I have got somebody as the guest of honor today and as one of the speakers. Talking about him, there are a lot of things we can talk about, but let me understand. Are you really getting into that level? Because a lot of advertisements are coming. You are not getting transformed. You are not getting motivated and you need to get into that and this. So I found that there is nothing other than getting someone raw, live, and coming with those kind of wild passion, been there, done that kind of a personality. So I am expecting you guys can join up for the next 15-20 minutes of a rapid fire stuff which is going to be happening. It's going to be a high level of roasting of me and probably you as well, because we're going to take some of those minutest things which you might not have thought of. And with this discussion, I'm expecting that you guys can join in. You can stay back till the end because there are a lot of golden nuggets and bullets going to be coming up. So with that, with folded arms, let me invite Mr. K.S. Ahluwalia. Mr. Ahluwalia had been expert of productivity enhancement. He has been into profitability and scalability and process identifying stuff, and has done a lot of, I'll say, the sales growth structures and engines, and he has been a personal coach and a mentor for a lot of people. With that, we invite you, sir. It is a pleasure and an honor to have you today in the forum.
Privileged to be a part of all of you, and we hope that we'll have a scintillating discussion and we'll do something incredible, all of us together.
Definitely. With that, probably, just to ignite this engine, I know you are completely a loaded tank of gasoline, which you can just give all the good things comes out. So we'll start with a very small thing is how it all started. I mean, you had been into some of the, I'll say, the typical way of public interaction mediums. So you have been into sales, you have been into management, you have been into a lot of things which, people still thinking, how do I do that? And you have already done that, and now you are doing something which is, I think it's a favor to all of us. So being there as a guide, and now I have to ask you this thing, how did this guide was born? How did this thing start?
I think I was blessed. I was Amit blessed. I had organizations which were institutions, right? And all credit goes to my team and my superiors who believed in me, and the team did what we all resolved to do. Mm-hmm. So life was easy in the sense, I always say business or profession is a common sense. Mm-hmm. You need to enjoy that. Started when I was doing my college, an organization, JNN Worldwide, they were into paints. So they wanted some salespeople. And I still remember, I had a fantastic interaction and saying, I remember the conversation with the regional head, and he asked me, what's your plan? I said, to replace you in 10 years. The guy said, you're going to replace me? I said, you've got no choice. You've got to leave because new blood has to come. So the guy said, why should we hire you? I said, give me one good reason. Why can't you hire me?
Right.
He said, fine, fair. We'll give it a try. I said, fair. I will not talk about compensation. I will not talk about designations. 1 year, if I do well, then it'll be my terms. Isn't that fair?
Absolutely.
So he said, not many people talk. I said, you just have 1 year. I'm willing to come without a payment. So I think my dealers were kind. People were kind. In 1 year time, he had no other option but to promote me. And had a fantastic rapport with the management. Then I moved into publishing line. I see the best part in me was, why I say I was blessed. All those works which no one wanted to do was sent to me. Like I was a sales guy. They said, we have this problem in the marketing. Can someone do about it? I only had one vision that time. I said, what's so great about marketing that I can't learn? So I used to go back to the school books. The basics have to be right. Operations can be ingrained again.
Right.
I just put in the nutshell. So marketing, and they said, we have a problem now. We need someone to do the HR. We got stuck in the HR. Fair enough. When you can sell a product or a service, you can also value add to the humans. So had a stint in the HR, and then it came to the corporate strategy. interactions with the bureaucrats, licensing issues, etc., etc., etc. That's a different ballgame. There you are dealing with power centers, and you got your revenue propositions very clear for a long-term sustenance. That was interesting. Then it again came down that we've got some operational issues, logistics, operational, SEM. Someone needs to fix it. Now, why I say it was easy? Because I had some knowledge of various functions. So for me, the dots were there. I just have to join those dots. And out came the value proposition.
Right.
And then one of the most interesting things was this. One of the organizers said, we want to set up in India. We don't know the market. We don't know anything. Now, and I was a very stable profession in the sense everything was settled. And uncertainty always seduces you. That separates men from the boys.
Absolutely.
But that's the only way life is. So I said, fair enough. They said, we may fail. I said, how much chances? They said, about 50%. I said, let's work at 1%. Let's do it. I don't want any discussions or any statements that it is not possible. Let's put all our energies to make it possible. And again, things just popped out like popcorns.
Yes.
Histories were created. And in this whole process of 18 years, what I learned was the only limitation I had was that I used to feel that I am limited. Break the shackles. And one of my favorite quotes to myself, not to others, was, if someone has to do it, why not me? I need to be better than the best. And I'm not competing with Amit or anyone. When I sleep in the night, I need to reflect with nostalgia my day, not with explanations. And trust you, till date, no depression, no sleeping pills, no headaches in the night, and no looking back. I could have done this. Could, would, should is not there. Either you do it or you don't do it. Simple, yeah. Easy.
You told me about this opportunities which comes probably in waves, and I think there was one more session where I was overhearing it. You were talking about the multiple roles that you took up. With multiple roles comes multiple responsibility. With multiple responsibility comes the power, and the power is the authority. And you probably gelled very beautifully. But there is something which gives you that first thing. How do I take that opportunity? Should I dive? Shouldn't I dive? That's still a kind of a haunts of dilemma with a lot of people.
Let me make it easy. I always urge people for two things. Number one, get out of the deciding mode here. This decision making, you always look for alternatives.
Correct.
You and I are breathing, there's no other alternative we have. Am I right? You and I are living, there's no other alternative. Life is choosing. Choose something which others don't want to do. Actually, I'll tell you one thing. You choose those things which others don't do, you actually don't have a competition there.
Yeah.
Because no one knows it. No one wants to do it.
Correct.
The only thing you've got to tell yourself, hey, I am able to do it. I will do it. I'll give you a very simple example. That what I say is you got to network with people on a constructive basis. And I'll give you a very personal example. I was in an organization which was into satellites. I came from a logistic company. I didn't know anything about the software, not even the bit and a byte. And I was given a charge of a revenue segment. Goodness gracious. I didn't know ABC, and I had guys from IIMs with me, engineers. And they knew this guy doesn't know. Fair. And I remember my first meeting, my organizer told me to go and meet Dr. U.R. Rao, the chairman of ISRO.
Okay. Wow.
Dr. Rao is not going to talk about bees. He's a downright scientist. He breathes scientist. He breathes science.
Right.
How can I converse with him? I don't know the subject.
Yes.
I remember my chairman looking at me and I told him, I said, I don't know. He said, learn it. Simple line here, learn it. Right, okay. So like a school boy, I should take the books even to the loop, read, couldn't understand anything because it's a technical thing. I remember my meeting with Dr. Rao. After the necessary, he asked me, he said, "What do you want from me?" I said, "Sir, nothing. I just want you to be my coach."
Wow, that's so profound.
He said, "Coach." I said, "Sir, because I don't know anything. And you know all the things. I'm not here to sell the organization. You got to teach me." And I saw a glimmer in his eyes. He said, "Are you prepared to learn?" I said, 24/7. I was supposed to be with him for 1 hour. These guys don't give you time. We stayed for 8 hours. Dr. Rao giving 8 hours to a guy who doesn't know is magnanimity, yes or no? Because I always believe if you know the subject, you are humble. You only get arrogant when you don't know something. Uh, a person with knowledge shares. And he gave me a personal autograph book of his, which till date is the most sought prayer I have. Because he taught me what people did in 8 years or 9 years, I could do it in 6 months. Because I used to call him up and ask him, "Sir, I'm stuck." And then and these guys know the subject. They don't use jargons. That's the beauty of these guys. They make it very, very simple to you. And because of him, I had a one-to-one session with Dr. Kalam. And Dr. Kalam, in this whole session, never talked about science. He was talking Gita with me. Because I'm not going to debate with him. I went as a seeker. "Sir, I need help." And to the institutions, if you ask help, they go out of the way to help you. So the bottom line is, be a seeker. Don't try and educate them. Be humble. The whole ecosystem works for you. And my success was because of them. And till date, I say, when you go to a person who knows the subject, please do not open your mouth to teach him. Tell him, "Sir, can you redefine me? Can you redefine my basics?" And that's the power of communication. Am I right?
Absolutely.
It is not in the textbooks. It's on your day-to-day. You got to engage with people, not converse with people.
That's a beautiful piece of an advice and kind of a life story also. But please tell me one thing. If I have noted it down, because as you're talking, I was busy scribbling out all these things. These are all golden nuggets. As I said, viewers, you'll be bombarded. If you have not noted down, please pause, rewind. You have all the facilities there right now. But I'm sure at that point of time when Mr. KS was with Dr. Kalam or something, he never would have got those kind of things to go back. It's just the memories, and memory is all about the time, observation, and the intensity of observation that you do there. So with that, I have a very beautiful piece to ask, Mr. Cases. You have been a sales professional as well. Sales is all about human interaction, and it's all beyond anything. It's the revenue earning department for any company. And if I can put it in a nice marketing language, how to get an 8-hour slot with somebody who is like chief of ISRO, plus get an autography book, learn it from Case. That's what I can tell you. But this is something, do you think this is a kind of a way people should try to get a kind of a deal, or unless and until you are humble? Because people right now can find, okay, you are trying to probably find a way out or negotiating kind of things. Is that something and good advice?
Let me put it this way. I think what we do is our humility is lapped up in arrogance. I'll give you a very simple example. I was sitting with one of the CEOs of an organization, and he said, so in the corporate circle, I'm known as either KS or Alu. He said, "Alu, I'm a very democratic person." I said, "Fair enough." So I was coaching him. He said, "I'm so democratic that I allow everyone to speak, but the end result is mine." So I looked at him. I said, "Are you democratic? If the end result is yours, you fixated it, then why a discussion?" Now, coming back to these people, not any of the luminaries or I would say even your customer. I can tell you one thing. When I started, I was in a dealer distribution trade. And let me share a very basic example. Of the company which I work, I used to get a salary of 500 rupees. And that was because the deal was made. He said, I'll give you 500. 452 was my net take home because that PF was deducted. My dealers used to wait for me for lunch. Why? Because I had a soft corner for the non-veg food. So there were dealers who say, "Aloo aa raha hai, lunch ikatha karenge." Now to these dealers, I didn't have to sell. My job was to help them position their sales. Am I right? So I
Right.
used to get clients for them. I used to talk about them. Now this, and no person forgets this. I remember we used to have these contests. The sales have contests, right? They take you overseas.
Yeah.
The dealer used to ask me, how much sale you need, yaar? You tell me how much you need. You have to go. You tell us what is what. Now this is known as give and take. I used to fight with my organization even for five paisa for them, for a credit note for them. Because if I want something from them, then I need to be ethical.
I have a very important, question to ask at this point of time, because I know these are certain interpersonal communications and gestures, which is only possible when you are in front of him. You can touch him, you can feel him, you can have the food together, you can share the taste and all these things. And this is a beautiful piece of negotiation, even had been taught by some of the beautiful specialists and experts in this world. And now when people are locked down, you understood. I think I'm 100% sure you've got the question. So what would be the take right now? How can you create this interpersonal behavior, even though you are right now not able to do all those things that you are supposed to do when on a B2B network?
Okay. Beautiful question. Admire it. What are we doing here? We are not touching each other.
I was expecting that.
We are not touching each other. Even if you are not available on the video, the way you talk and the way you engage, right? And the way the warmth comes in and the way you say hello,
Yeah.
right? That's all. I don't understand. People go into, even when the hello is there, there's no hello with that.
Can I share you some of my experience with this word called hello?
I'm all ears for you.
Uh, Okay, I'll first tell you, I've been trained by world's most expensive sales coach ever. He charges like $10,000 for an hour. Okay,
Right.
I've been trained by that gentleman, but this is something which comes after the training when you start knowing what to do with what you know or what you learn. And I started using this first thing. Now, this is a trick, guys. The way you pronounce the first name when you take the call, it makes a lot of things. And I would use the king of fruits about this. Now, for case, it will be a new thing also. Use this king of fruits. That's called mango, right? You might have other tastes, but I'm talking a generalized number. Mango in Hindi is called as aam. Okay? Use the fruit, the king of mango, as a bait to talk to anyone in this world, and it's going to work perfect. Let me show you. Ring, ring. You say hello. Okay,
Hello.
I want to say hello.
Hello.
Case.
Yeah. Yeah.
And case, and I have a question mark at the name itself, and I don't have to ask who are you, how are you, and all those things. Everything is done in just having the mango and the name. So
Bingo. That's bingo.
this is just a piece of a tick that I had been like using it for many people. That this is a beyond the sales. This is more about. So I had been working with a lot of such kind of things, and I have got somebody. His name is Nicole Buthman. His book is there, 90 Seconds to Help People Like You. Anyone in this world, Nicole Buthman, type it out. More probably if the book is there, I'll share a link to you. Or else get connected with me, I'll probably share you the title. You can do anything, but he taught all about the personal, interpersonal, like how Mr. Ahluwalia had actually spoken to the chief of ISRO, Dr. Kalam, and various other, I'll say the bureaucrats and all these delegates. But that was a personal thing. When you talk to your dealers, network, "Arey yaar, chal yaar, khana khayenge," and all these things. Now, that's a different thing. You have to understand the digital way of interactions, probably. I think that's a new thing. What do you say, Chief?
Okay. I always say that we use too many words to make our life complex.
Yep.
Digital, non-digital, verbal, body language is all communications.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
I'll,
100%.
I'll give you a very simple example. The way you write an email, you either engage or you rip people off.
Yep. Absolutely.
Look, there is no warmth which people have in engagement. In writing an email, you're talking to a person, you've got to visualize that he's right in front of you, he's saddled with work, right? Yeah, shoot. You want to say something?
I want to just put a point here is, I was very bad in English grammar. And I was to get always the beatings and scoldings and whatever you can think of. I was also pushed outside and says like, you cannot write. And today, when I'm writing and in one of the websites, it's called as Urban Pro. I'm right now ranking 1 in content writing. I teach people about sales communications. I'm heading in the entire India right now, and I say that do not use grammar. Can I give a piece of nuggets of what I use?
Sure.
Okay, just imagine if I write, okay, I want to take Mr. Aluwalia for a coffee, and I use small I instead of capital I. Is it right? Grammatically, I am wrong.
Yeah.
But if I just type it on a WhatsApp, okay, I want to take you out for a coffee, and I is small. I wanna, not I want to. IWANNA. Okay, I wanna treat you coffee, and coffee is not C, it is K. Spelling mistakes, no grammar, no punctuations, no adjectives, prepositions, all these things. But what happened is writing that small I did something called as the power of connecting through a deliberate mistake.
That is it. I'll just take it up from there. You said a beautiful line.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk to the senior management or any management level, I said, don't tell me how you succeeded. Tell me how you failed. And I always advise, request, urge people, the team leaders, your team fails, take them out, have a blast.
Absolutely.
They'll love you for that. They'll love you for that. The question is, stop dissecting them. Right? The guy who's failed, he's having a pain.
Yes.
Put a balm, yaar. Don't cut it up. It's not important how you failed, Amit. It's more critical how you get how you pass. Don't tell me how you failed. That you know. For me, one failure is a wink because I know this guy is going to rebound back.
Okay.
In cricket, it is normally said, if you go through a low score, some volcano is now going to come because his credibility is at stake in his own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Let people have a self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
You give esteem to the people, right? You look into reality and don't flinch. You give them a space to fail. You sit, then do your work.
With that, can I ask you something that you have already written? So guys, if you want to just know more about who is Mr. K.S. Aluwalia, you can definitely log into his LinkedIn account, is down there. But if you have been here so far, let me ask you, recently he has posted something, it's called as, I am aware of the real awareness in me. That's a beautiful thing, but why don't we hear it straight from him?
Okay, I'll take it in a very easy, simple line, right? Awareness and all, we look at philosophy. I ask a simple question. Do we bathe when we bathe? Do we enjoy that bathing?
Yes, definitely.
Now, if you enjoy the bathing, there are no phones inside. Your brain is empty. Your mind is zero. You see the water dropping, the sound it creates. Yes. When you come out of that, the time stands still.
Absolutely.
I have seen executives telling me, we go in and we come out. So why do you do that? Then don't bathe here. Do we eat when we eat?
Correct.
You've got to put that awareness in whatever you do. Even having a coffee. You've taken a break. Am I right? You've taken a break. A break means break from the mundane activities you were doing. Sure. Your phone in the cupboard or in your desk. Your table to be clean. Sit alone. Look at the coffee. Enjoy every sip. You will taste that coffee inside. When you come out of that room, you see your productivity going up. What do we do? I'll give you a very simple example. On a coffee, in a lunch, we have 10, 15 people with us. 95% are talking negative. You are inputting the energy, you're eating it, the phone is ringing. So what do? This.
Yes.
Right? You're eating. That is why, Amit, you and I have massive gastric problems. What is awareness? Awareness is just be in the moment. When you're talking to a client, when I was with Dr. Rao, I was with him. I tell you why. I had no other choice. I had to listen to him because I was a seeker. I can't tell him, sir, can you repeat it? So this means I'm not listening to him. I left all my biological needs and they didn't happen. The best part was he didn't move up from his seat. I didn't move. And the time stood still because he was a giver and I was a receiver.
Amazing. I think, it's can be put in a very nice articulation way. My marketing inside me is like bubbling up. I don't know how to put it. It says like, from the seeker to a present speaker, and the fill in the blanks is all about the commitment, dedication, and perseverance.
Absolutely right. I'll share one more example with you, and that was very interesting. Okay. One of the very large companies, the CEOs come and they give very, very high decimal speeches. So the guy came. I was at the audience. My job is I'm always at the audience because there you come to know the energy levels of the company. Sitting on a dais, you don't know. So I was with the audience, and then they never knew me. So I was a coach to them. This guy comes and said, wow, ooh, wow, ooh, and the whole octaves went up and all. Great, very good. We went after 15, 20 minutes. A young girl, she told her colleague, what was he saying? Everything was finished. Your octaves, your content, you could relate to them. A young girl, executive, saying, what was he saying? It is not your pitch that matters. It is your connect that matters. It is not the lingo that matters. It is the way you communicate with people and engage them that matters. And it is not the language that matters. Without even speaking, a lot of the campaigns work. Am I right? When you see in the eyes, when you show a mother and a child, you don't have to define love. You can actually see. When a mother holds a child, the love, care, affection in her eyes is beyond words. And let me tell you, words desert you and me. Vocabulary leaves us in extreme emotions. When you're very happy, you can't put them in words, and extremely sad, you can't. So let's be prisoners of our language. Let's just be with us. And people love to have guys who love to be with them. We are, as seniors or as Apex management or as functional heads, even my clients, they expect stupidity from me also. I'm not an ivory tower. People relate to normal people, not to abnormal people. So what I say, keep it simple, man. Whatever you do, keep it.
Right.
So you don't have to go into jargons with people. For that, you have Wikipedia and you have Google. Let Google and Wikipedia do their jobs.
So let's put in this way, Case, is right now, at this kind of a situation, this entire webinar, or you can say the marathon of interviews that I have started long back now, it is gaining a kind of a different direction, and I'm getting so much of people who are really somebody who has that kind of, I'll say the pieces of stone which world knows as diamonds, but they gathered it when it was just a stone. And with that, probably let me ask you this one more question is, do you agree that emotion precedes purchase? Because right now, all the people who are there in the business, I have got a lot of informations where the people who are working with some fitness industries are completely out of job now. The gyms are closed, the malls are closed, the retail chains have closed. Even you had been working with some of the automotive industries also, like Concord and other places. they are right now facing a kind of a challenge that tomorrow is anyone going to be getting inside the car or not also is a kind of a big question. At this point of time, how do you think that this interpersonal skills, the skills which probably we call it as the sales skills or the interpersonal skills, do you think emotion is something that we need to work on to get connected for this purchase or so-called livelihood?
Okay.
It's a bit of 3 or 4 questions I tried to put in.
You gave me a plethora of questions. Admire you. That's a typical marketing person. Let me now let me make it one by one. Okay. First, I'm saying it with all my due wisdom, whatever I have. There is no problem in the market. The problem is the news we take. I believe the market is dead. Or let me put this way, Amit. As soon as the lockdown opens up, will you go on a horseback? You'll use your car. Right? Okay. Now, automobile industry, I was talking to one of the senior guys there. I said, the first thing in the automobile industry, you know what's going to happen? He said, Alu, tell me. I said, gear up your servicing. Open your servicing for 24/7. He said, why? I said, 90% will want to get their cars serviced because for 2 months, the cars haven't moved.
Correct.
I said, you earn there first.
Yeah.
That's huge money. Some gadgets will not be working. Some frills they want. People are sick sitting home. They want to, that this is itching. I want to spend something.
Yes.
They want to spend. I have the service. I have the product. Then what stops me?
Absolutely.
Right. Servicing is the first thing. And let's talk about any gadgets. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Right. Second, let's talk about comms. Your cell phones are going to explode. Because people, see, get one thing clear. We don't buy because we need. We buy it because we have agreed. Look at the watches we all have. The shoes. When I was in a school, we used to have 2 dresses and that white colored canvas shoes. The Bata ones or a BSC ones, if I remember, right? You may not be knowing it. I have gone through that, right? And today, and a watch was an HMT, which was only given after the 10th.
Correct. Absolutely.
And there was one television that also, what I say, the Mogambo of the house had the control over it, what to see and what not to
see.
Right. So let's get that clear. Where is the demand gone down? Eateries. You mark that from me, Amit, today. Let it open. First thing the family is going to go out is to have food.
Huh?
Have some food.
Food.
Some restaurant, some Pizza Hut, some all this. We Indians love to eat and eat and eat and eat. We are one people who leave the dinner, the made dinner in the house and go out and eat.
Good.
So okay, listen. Aviation industry. You may not have a man movement, right? You may have other movements. You have a plane now. You can use it for anything. Am I right? Someone needs to think. I was talking to a couple of the CEOs and I asked them, I said, what is post-COVID you have? They said, we will cross the bridge when it opens. Hey, you cross it that time? Or you plan today? So what happens is, since you're not planning, you're not giving a direction to your people, they're frittering away their time. As soon as it opens, you're going to come back and hit them hard. They are not in a thinking mode. So what is going to happen? Abrasions. You're going to spoil the whole atmosphere of the organization. It's like I've been standing for 2 months. Now I want to run 100 miles an hour. Just is not possible. So let's put it this way. There's no industry which is going to go down. Yes, there's an opportunity. You have a break for 3 months, 4 months. I don't know. That we in our country will decide how we follow the laws. Okay?
Right.
And maintain the distances. Okay. Now, instead of 12 months, you'll have a cycle for 8 months. Or 6 months or 7 months. What is my energy now? I need to find out to get more from less. Look at breakthroughs. Simple, easy breakthroughs. Now, coming back to for a very specific question. How many of us in any trade we are have actually conversed with our clients? Just imagine one of your companies whom you deal, they call you up and say, "Hi Amit, how's life?" So Amit, we've done a small study here on your industry, in which I think it'll be good that we can talk here. What will Amit say? Get out?
No.
Or he'll say, "Tell me." Now, when he starts listening, the control comes to you. Yes or no? So you become his coach. Am I right? Friend, philosopher, guide. That's emotions. Now he is emotionally involved with you. And once they know that you are going a step forward for them, they will not desert you. Clients, people work for people. They never work for an organization.
Yeah.
Let's get that very, very. And just to give it in a very simple line, the topper of a medical school or the engineering college is not the best engineer. So let's get the simple things in a simple way and talk simply. Be in connect, give them meaningful information where you don't have any.
Right. So can we probably, I think we have gone beyond. Always we, in our audiences also have been like some of them, they know personally, they type in, Amit, the video thoda sa, so then I said, like, let me just put it a kind of thing. But these are certain things I cannot zip it. I cannot zip it. I mean, knowledge cannot be kept in a watertight compartment. Impossible for me. I cannot. And when I have the blazing, boiling water with me, I cannot. Definitely, I don't have the container. I'll be burned. So, you mentioned about something, that listening is the next control. Okay. Indirectly, you mentioned about that listening is the next power of authority where you can get these opportunities to serve, and serving is equivalent to your success. So my last question would be, like, right now, there are a lot of people who are trying to find alternatives. As you say, decision is all about finding the alternatives and trying to check their own horns into something new. There are so many kind of risks and the fear they have, the fear of the unknown. So at this point of time, I would ask, this is the last question that I would do, bang on with you. We can go to the highest pitch with the information that you have. Let's give it out to the audience, straight from case.
You want me to address what the fear is all about?
I mean, over to you. How you want to address and articulate?
Let me make it simple. Let's go back in our lives here. We failed more times than we succeeded. Did we give up? When we were born, we died a millisecond death when the umbilical cord was cut.
No.
We live for 70 years. You remember that 1 second? Or you remember the 70 years? And I have a very simple line here. The birth date and the death date is decided by someone. Am I right?
Correct.
No power on the earth can change. Right? That's what the philosophy says. Let's come back to reality. But the gap in those dates is under my control.
Yeah.
Let people remember me for the gap, not for the dates. And now tell me, what is fear? Fear is an abbreviation. The actual word is fantasized experiences appearing real. You live in fantasy or you live in reality? Difference between fantasy and dreams. Let's get the clear. Why are we fearful? You and I have tried 1,000 things in our lives. Am I right? And let's be clear about certain things. If there is a career change I have to do, this is the right time to upscale my skills. Am I right? If I have a gap in my skills, it's the right time to educate myself. Yes. If I'm not having an effective strategy, I need to redraw my strategy. Where is the fear? The fear is only because I don't want to do it. Success doesn't come in CDs or in pen drives.
Yeah.
I give this example of for a 10-second performance, the athlete perspires for 10 years. Perspires, and the inspiration is only 1%. Get up and move. Tell me what's going to happen? You start a business venture, what will happen? Either you succeed or you will not succeed. But if you don't succeed, you learn what not to do. Am I right? Where have you lost? Now the best part is we are 24/7 in our houses legally. Okay. Your family bonding should increase. You can try making different cuisines. You'll help your better half in managing the house. You'll understand her pain. You have all the time in the world to spend with your kids, your loved ones, your mom, dad, whoever they are, right? So the family bonding is one, am I right? Emotionally, you are in control. Now you have the other time. I sleep for 4 hours a day. My energy now, from the morning till the time I hit the bed, is the same. Because if you enjoy what you do, the more you do, the more you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And many a times I've been given this feedback that people want to talk more. Yeah, you need to talk more because you feel that he's one of us, yeah? वो अपने जैसा है.
Feeling as you probably might be feeling that you should ask me, okay, keep on, Amit, keep on going that questions, but you know what?
The question is, time is a resource. And Jesus was right when he said this. And he was a wisdom guy, am I right?
Very,
said, miserable is the man who's under the influence of time. And what do? We bury our heads in the sands of time, thinking time will change. Nothing will change. You have to make it. Get one thing, 24 hours, is it less?
It's actually 2 more if you are really, looking at that.
I can give you my personal example. I used to travel 20 days a month for my work. Suddenly that vacuum came. I can't travel. And my wife will not permit me to travel for some more time. Right? Now, what do? So I called on my partners. I don't call them my clients. I said, hey guys, that's my schedule. So before the COVID actually hit, I had talked about my schedule in the LinkedIn, in my sites. And I found out my productivity has increased by 3x. Why? And I'm not tired. I'm not tired. The question is, you got to invest and use a resource. The resource is not your master yet. And this is what I say, the conversations when the seniors do with the juniors, it needs to be exhilarating. It needs to be human. You do it with your client, he loves you for this. And you know what you and I do? Simple. We judge people. Mother Teresa was damn right when she said it. If you judge people, when will you love them?
Right.
It's all about human emotions used constructively with wisdom, without manipulation. Am I right?
Absolutely.
The simplest campaigns gives you the best results. And the high-pitched ones, they die as a whimper. Today also, you and I will listen to the old songs, am I right? Because they have lyrics.
Correct.
The new ones, you just say, it's good, yeah, for moving your legs. After some time, go back to the old ones, yeah. At least they are soulful. So let's be soulful, yeah. Sure. It's a big thing?
Fantastic thing, with that probably, I can say is, I have this, before we conclude, I have this, next word that is coming to me is like accept to accept to accept. There are 3 ASAP: as soulful as possible, as skillful as possible, as soon as possible.
And what do the corporates say? I want it as on yesterday. Right. This phraseology I can't understand. A file comes to a senior guys, a email comes, he's sleeping for 2 days. Walk your talk. Yep. And get the hell out of these meetings, man. Let people breathe, eat, sleep, and enjoy. Work is a subset. It's a pie in the pizza. And he made a complete pizza out of it. I am aghast when people call up, you are in a family, you're doing something. What has been the figures? You don't know. If you don't respect your staff, if you don't trust your staff, then I think you need to go because you selected them.
Hmm.
Staff is never wrong. The leader doesn't know how to lead them. So you better start working on your own self.
So I think, just to sum up case about your entire thing was, it's more about listening within and listening to the people around and then listening with that heart, the soulfulness. And once you learn about the soulfulness, you learn about what exactly the skills would fit in with yourself and with themselves who are working with you. And I think that is something has to go to the last level. It's called as soon as possible,
As soon,
right?
but
So,
but use it for as soon as possible.
yeah, absolutely.
And the fact is, tell me, you go and watch a movie. The intense performance you carry back home,
Hmm.
right?
Yes,
And that's 1 in 100. That movie has a message.
correct.
And you come and reflect to yourself, am I doing this?
Hmm.
The question is, life is a reflection. You reflect, you move forward. Reflect, move forward. What is known as think and act.
Mhm.
And what we normally do, Amit, we neither think, we
Not
neither
do,
act, we react.
we react. Exactly.
And that was never in the management. I need to find faults with Amit. I the a job of any leader or the mandate is I need to strengthen your strengths. The moment I strengthen your strengths, weakness will not be a focus area. It's
So with that, can I give you one example before we just conclude? I know a lot of companies who are kind of a global companies now, since they are shut down, the normal way of functionalities are not working. The idea was to first sack those kind of overheads, and they found their team and the workers were a part of the overhead when they went to that level. But there were some smart people and entrepreneurs and leaders, I call them as, because they thought, why not we use the same resources, ask them for a help, being humble, and found out there are other things that they can actually direct this entire heavy truck. And now I know companies who had water parks and amusement parks, they're all shut down. I know big companies where like, they store electronics, they're all shut down. Now what they're doing is they're getting into hygiene concepts, they're getting into healthcare, they're getting into pharma, they're getting into education, they're getting into a lot of things. I think this is not the time when you need to just think on, oh, I am, what do I do? But probably use the resources and be resourceful. I think that's the best thing. So with that, probably, yeah,
I
yes,
just say one line here. Be ready and eager to rewrite your agenda.
absolutely.
There's nothing as fixed in stone. Life is fluid, yeah. It's an experience. I'll give you a very personal example. My wife is an environmentalist, right? We've got plants all over, right? Our house is full of plants. She makes pots, right? These 40 days, I actually saw when you talk to the plants, they respond to you. So whenever I am feeling a little down or I'm feeling confused, I walk in my garden and the plants tell me, look, guy, I bloom because I need to bloom. I don't ask you.
Right.
So he is taking responsibility for himself, and Aluwalia is getting confused. Doesn't work here. I never knew that we have such a beautiful garden. And thanks to COVID, I didn't. I never used to give any attention to my home. The way the lady dresses it up. Today, in a lighter way, I say, is I am told what you need to eat and what you don't need to eat. And it's all hygienic. So my immunity levels have gone up. It's all thanks to the
Corona.
COVID.
Yeah.
I am so happy that it happened. Yeah. At least I am able to understand and sensitize to my loved ones. If I can do that with my family and create a bonding, I surely need to translate that into my office space, into my societal space. And that's what we all are, yeah. We are not doing a favor to anyone. Let's do our assigned jobs which we are supposed to do with integrity. With integrity. That's all.
So with that, probably I can say, this is like, a very deep thing. And you see the excitement in me has come down right now, because even I'm also thinking, because I think Case has touched some of the very beautiful chords. These chords, if you play okay, it will be a music, but if you play hard, it will be pain. And I think he has touched the painful words here. And as we are right now into this situation, there are a lot of motivation and GAN all around, but it is like nothing unless and until you listen inside. This is the time probably we have to all look into this. And I am trying my level best to network, connect, ask. And this is the beautiful thing. Mr. Kaluwalia never came to me. I went to him. And it took probably one day for me to find out who he is and how do I get connected. He is already busy. But still, there are ways, there are multiple chances. But did you try again? Because right now in this digital competition, there are a lot of information following. It is not only your letters anymore. It is not only your posts. It's not only your videos. But if you need to really do, there's a beautiful word that I came today. I just wrote it down. It is no longer a B2B. It is a P2P. It is people to person. Right? So with that, I'm also trying to connect with you guys. If you found, because if you are still here, that means you liked it. I don't have to ask you for liking it. So save it and share it. And let these things go, because entertainment can just entertain. That is a temporary thing. But one good thing happened today. I would like to take Case's example here is, it seems that the pandemic comes every 20 years. Somebody gave some studies, okay? But I think this is the most beautiful time when we are happy being under a pandemic, happy being under curfew, happy being locked down. And I've got amazing jewels who are shining and helping others to shine with their own power of light. Thank you, Case, for being wonderful speaker today. And I'm so happy and glad that I was able to take this few time of yours. Thank you so much for being joining here.
Let me just end it. You guys are a fantastic audience, and I am blessed that I was able to connect with you. And let's celebrate our life king size.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening and have a blast.
Thank you, guys.